We're back with Hector Balderas, the state auditor for New Mexico, and we're winding it down. We were talking about the water rights and stuff, how the current Attorney General dealt with Texas when they filed the petition. And I think these are the future things that New Mexico is going to have to. So any Attorney General will have to deal with this, I think. And they're so essential for our survival in the state, because a lot of the people that move in the state eventually end up leaving because they see we have these water shortages. We can't bring corporations here because they always look at these things. So you're looking forward to, if you were being Attorney General, would you look forward to going to the Supreme Court and fighting for us?
It's going to be a tough job, but yeah, Supreme Court, and then also advising the state agencies on proper water usage. I mean, and then protecting local communities. Local communities are fighting for water issues right now, so it's going to be a tough job. But yeah, I would be honored to try to take those challenges on and working with other New Mexicans that are facing those challenges.
Yeah, and you're dealing with, that's one of the things I think that will come up for any Attorney General, because we have such a drought here for the last few years. You know, we're not using our aquifer here. We're actually banking right now. We're putting water back in it. We're using the Rio Grande water and stuff. So all this, I think they eventually come up, but we'll move on to the little bit about where you grew up and stuff, because in the last segment here. Tell us a little bit, you grew up in Wagon Mound, correct? That's where I think that was city. It's a very small town, right?
Very small, 300 people,
Wow.
2 gas stations, and no cafe, no coffee shop, and no stoplight, and just one small public school. And I was raised in public housing in a very small town, and but very proud of it. It's kind of become part of my political messaging to let people know how I was raised and the kind of community that I come from.
You were raised by a single parent, right?
Yeah, my mother was a single mother, and my grandfather in Wagon Mound. And my father's from Mexico, and his family's from Mexico, and so I understand the binational view as well, but I was primarily raised by my mother, single mother, in Wagon Mound.
And then you went to, I think, went to Highland?
Highlands in northern New Mexico. Another, in my higher education background, New Mexico Highlands University in Las Vegas, and then which I call Harvard on the Rio Grande, and then I went to University of New Mexico Law School.
What intrigued you about law? Was there anything in specific, or you felt like, well, this is something I must do?
You know what, I didn't think I was law school material, to be honest with you, at my young age early on, but it was fortunately a program where 2 young law students from the New Mexico School of Law went to Highlands on a weekend recruiting students. And that's where they gave me the idea to inspire me to go to law school. They said, you know, we haven't had a Highlands student go to law school in several years. And I took a practice law school exam, and they inspired me to apply. So it was really the outreach of
from the UNM law
from
here.
UNM law students. And that one of the students is a judge now on the district court bench, Brianna Zamora.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you know,
we know her.
Yeah, so it's amazing. Those kind of stories really change lives, and the rest is history. Now I'm potentially an attorney general candidate. It's an amazing story, but no,
But it's a real story, though. That's a true all-American story when you look at it. Even when the President Obama was saying, when you listened to him during the campaign, only in this country my story could be possible.
Well, that's what I tell people.
Yeah.
I said, I did not know any lawyers. We were intimidated by the professional class. And I even had doubts that I was just happy to graduate from high school. And I went to Highlands, and that's an open admission school. So these opportunities that were given to me really gave me confidence, but I didn't have all that confidence right out of the gate as a youngster. You sometimes, when you're in poverty and you're shy and you don't have role models, it takes some opportunities down the road for people to open the door, and I'm really living proof of that.
Yeah. Then you moved to Albuquerque and you became assistant DA at that point, right? After you graduated from law school? Was it right after that? Or?
Exactly. Right after law school, my first legal job was a DA, assistant DA for a year, and then I practiced law a couple years.
Did you like that? Did you like being a prosecutor?
Yes. It to me is still my favorite job was being in Metro Court, dealing with a domestic violence victim, and trying to work with them and bring about justice on a daily basis. And it taught me the most as well. But then within 3 years, I went home to Wagon Mound, and I ran against an incumbent who I thought was not very honest. And I went against my own party, and I beat an incumbent.
For state representative,
For
right?
state representative.
Yeah.
And then
What district was that?
68. So
68.
it was, you know, and lawyers here said, look, you've become a successful lawyer in Albuquerque. Why would you go back?
Yeah.
You can't practice law in northern New Mexico. And I thought it was important for me to go back and serve my district.
And then you went in the legislature. Did you like being in the legislature?
Yes, and that was great because citizens would come from all over the state, Raton, Mora, Taos, and they would bring me tortillas and say, we need a water system, and thank you for serving us. And it's a citizen legislature. You don't make any money.
You don't make any money.
And so that was another skill set that I learned. You know, how do you, as a legislator and no staff, build a water system, and how do you save a bus route in Wagon Mound when those schools are dying in northern New Mexico? So those are challenges that, and it's rare to be 30 years old in the legislature. There's not enough
Pretty
young
younger.
leaders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel that even though I had a lot of struggles in life early on in northern New Mexico, they've given me a lot of skills and tools to help me do my job today. So I have no regrets, but I also feel like I've been blessed, and that I get to bring a voice to politics that sometimes people think politics is an elite sport, which it is. It's like horse racing or race car driving. But there are a few of us that come from humble backgrounds that get to serve, and I like shows like this to help remind people that there are a few people with humble backgrounds that can serve our community.
And that's what we try to do on this show. We try to find the real person there rather than the title. Because the titles are great. I mean, you know, that you accomplish that. But then people still need to see that real person there. And I think I try to bring that out of this show so we can show the real, you know, Hector Balderas grew up in a small town, came out of there, became a DA, became a representative, state auditor, did a lot of work there. Now he's going for attorney general. So they see that little timeline there, which is a great thing. It's not just sound bites. It's a real deal for people watching. And we have a lot of people watching right now. They're trying to learn about all the candidates and stuff. And we talk about the issues and stuff. So I think we have about a few seconds left here. But I really appreciate you. Was there anything you wanted to add before we have about 30 seconds left there?
No, it's been a great honor. And you know, one of the things that proudest experiences I had was getting a call from Senator Harry Reid when I lost the Senate election, and he just commented that we ran a very clean Senate race, and he didn't know who I was when I got in the race, but now he knows who we are, and that we were very impressed. And I just told him that's northern New Mexico values, the way we run him. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I really enjoyed talking to you. Well, I'd love for you to come back when you're running. I know it's 2014, we've got a little time there, but come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the issues, because a lot of things happen between now and then.
I'd love to be back.
Absolutely. We're out of time. We'll see you next time. That was State Auditor, New Mexico State Auditor, Hector Balderas. Thank you for watching.